Dr. Disrespect and Midnight Society collaborated with OpTic Gaming to host an event showcasing gameplay and updates from his upcoming free-to-play blockchain gaming project, Deadrop. Alongside legends like Scump, Zlaner, and Dr. Lupo, all this took
Mhm.
place at the esports stadium in Arlington, Texas. Doc's live stream of the event saw roughly 22,000 concurrent viewers, with Scump's stream adding another 10,000. All things considered, that's a massive audience for a game that offers NFTs to players. Little Web3 gaming. What did you guys think of this event? And is this much early hype dangerous for the game?
No, I think it's honestly kind of what I've been using as the like what should be the blueprint for companies for the last few weeks. It was funny because I was watching it Friday night and my wife was like, "What is this?" And I was like, I was like, "Oh, this is a Doctor Disrespect's game." And she was kind of looking at it like, "Oh, how come I would expect it to look a little better?" And I was like, "See." I was like, but that's what this is. I was like, they're showcasing where the game is. Like this is games. They've only been working on this for I think a year or two now. So I was like,
One
this is
year.
like them. Yeah, I was like, if anything, I think only a year because Snapshot 5, and I was like, and I believe they do it after every season or every quarter. So if that's it, like you know what I mean, they're less than a year and a half into it, and this is the game they already have out front with, like you said, 20,000 people watching it live on YouTube with all of the different like I was like these are all like professional streamers like in their own
Right.
right. Like you said, Dr. Lupo, Scump, Bobby
Crim Six.
Poff, Z Laner, yeah, Crim Six. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he got all of these people out there just to test out. Like I thought that was pretty cool how he got all of them as well, and even the gameplay it looked pretty smooth for. I mean, as early as it is, I guess you can say. Like if the game's already moving like this, now I'm pretty excited to see what they do with it. I thought it looked
Well,
pretty
and
decent.
to back it up even a little bit, right? We saw the event like that's all gameplay because again, we didn't even touch on like the hosts or really again how the event itself worked. It was a whole production, I guess, right? Like it was a live event, right? So there was like a
Hmm.
crowd there. They were on the stage. Doc was there with the Midnight Society team and the host of the show. Then they brought on big gaming talent, all those names that we just mentioned, right, up onto stage in like sort of an esports format, right, where they were sitting against
Right.
each other, and they actually did, I guess, they competed. So it was truly an esports format, kind of everybody on their own, but he brought them all up onto stage. So it was like
And
a
he played himself.
hybrid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And wait, did he win or Shroud? No, Shroud won. Shroud kicked ass.
Hmm.
But again, they put on this kind of hybrid entertainment spectacle where they showed new looks at the game, but it wasn't, unlike something like we've seen like a Nintendo Direct, right? Or a Scump one, like a Nintendo Direct that we've seen where it's like, here's the videos of the game, right? Or even if you think, you think they kind of take from the Apple, from the Tim Cook, or right, the kind of the Tim Cook style, Steve Jobs, where it's like we're gonna come out here and debut, and everyone look at the screen. They took it well beyond that, right? It wasn't just
Hmm.
like video; they had videos and hype videos, and they talked about the journey and updated on where they were. But they also leaned into the culture and community and produced, I don't know, like a multimedia event that kind of was dope. I've heard it was just 2 days ago, but I've heard three different people in gaming, now yourself being the third, say that this kind of feels like the benchmark or the blueprint, rather, of what people should be doing and what these games should be doing. So really exciting. Again, for me, I almost get worried about the hype. Right? We've had some really hyped games really let us down lately. Do you think? Do you think them showing exactly where they are insulates them from some of that?
Yeah, because what's to be hyped about? This is where they are. It's like you know what I mean. It's like well, especially if they keep being this transparent about it. I don't see because the game's going to be free to play as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Apex where it's free, but then you can buy content in it. So if this is where they are and if this many people I mean if like actual professionals are down with it then I don't see why we on a mass scale wouldn't like it or how it could get any better. I think if this was all done behind closed doors and we didn't watch it live I think that would be a very different but like one of the creators was talking about it like for example on the extraction helicopter you can only do one person at a time, but there's a bug right now to where if a person's extracting, you can hurry up and extract with them so two people can get out at a time. And they're saying now, as testers, they all know that, so they haven't been testing it, but allowing other people to play the game, they're able to kind of see the different like glitches, or kind of different how people are, because people play differently, so they're able to exploit different things in the game differently. And so with them doing these things, they weren't even aware of certain things that now after Friday that different players brought to attention. So I think, again, these kind of things, and especially happening in live time, they're able to get over those expectations and those humps. So it's like, okay, now we know if it's something we want to keep in the game or maybe mod it, and we can kind of see, as long as it's transparent and it's open. I think that's the big deal. Unlike, for example, I mean, and again, this is a how long has this company been around in comparison to 2K? Activision, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like how does and this is one of the biggest arguments with to a 2K creator. So like, because 2K will drop patches and not say anything. They don't drop patch notes. Mike Wang, the gameplay director, doesn't tweet shit about it. Like, nobody says anything. It's just all of a sudden there's an update for the game and nobody said shit for weeks. And it's like, but what did you change? Everyone has to figure it out on their own. It's like there's literally professionals that test every animation in the game to figure it out. And it's like, so I think that kind of eliminates some of the hype of it, them being this transparent about it. I'm like, again, why can't Call of Duty do this? Modern Warfare
It,
2
it
was what,
makes
one of the biggest selling games, largest, highest grossing
number one.
games ever. How come they didn't? I mean, and from what I remember, the Modern Warfare 2 event that Activision had before it dropped was a fucking flop. Do you remember that, when they invited out all the Warzone creators out and they played Warzone 2, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you got to fix this game." That was not. I mean,
That is
they're getting
just
showed up here.
wild.
This is just how you do it, in my opinion. You just like give the fans what they want. Stop acting like you're fucking God untouchable, and you just like, oh, here, I'm the next big thing to break. No, you're not. Just be transparent with us, man. We're investing our money in it. We just want to see it. And I think as long as it's done like this, it's cool. Like, how could you be overhyped if you know that this game's only a year in and this is how it looks? What am I going to say compared to Crim 6 and Scump? And, like, what opinion am I going to say playing live? Like, I'm not playing in front of it. So, no, I think this is a very good format for rolling out a new game.
And we talked about, right, goes back to our conversation on transparency and how, like, unless you have something to hide, it doesn't hurt you. Like, just go ahead and share. Like, it's
Exactly.
only going to help. Like, bring us into it. And I think to that point, correct me if I'm wrong, but he also had the founders pass holders or whatever. They got to play yesterday too, right? Or on Friday too, right? It wasn't just the
Right.
people there. Like, it also ended up opening up to. It's interesting
Like
because, like,
actual fans.
so this is also an NFT project. It was saying here that it looks like the NFTs did not disrupt or change the gameplay at all, but that the 10,000 Founders Pass NFTs appear to function more as tickets to a membership club of sorts, granting the holders a one of a kind profile picture whose visor can be worn in game, voting rights on game elements, access to Midnight Society events like this one, priority for merch, access to game builds, and some other perks. The current floor price or like entry level price for that is at $726-ish. So for 730, you can get into like the Midnight Society, inside club. And honestly, it's interesting, right? Because like they said, the NFTs didn't seem to like. I didn't hear any conversation about NFTs yesterday, or like it didn't feel like a Web3. It was about the game. Like it was a game experience. But interesting to think about what they're doing with the that kind of insiders club thing, right? Like, would you
This
pay
is how it should be
extra, or would
done.
you, right? Like, would you pay? And like, maybe not. No, I wouldn't do it for COD because that's not my game. If we were in a world where we were on like Apex 2 or something like that, or like, like I got to test future builds of Apex or test game modes, I might pay extra every month to help be on the inside team of that. Would you guys do
I
something
I
like that?
Yeah, I think that for NFTs, this is, and I don't even like NFTs really, but I think this is how to properly use NFTs if done. And I'm not even trying to like boost up Doc like that, but like for real, when you think about it, because all the biggest NFTs came from creators or someone that had some sort of value to themselves, that actually had like a fan base of some sort. And then now it's like I think of like the what was it? The monkeys, the Board A project, or the yacht club, yeah, how they were gonna create places, the fucking things, or the people could go to and stuff like that. I mean,
I'm
how
so
is this?
mad that I
This is
know
the
all of
same thing.
this.
but you
Another
know what I
name
mean.
in the
So
name of the
I know you
place.
know,
Yeah, I hate it. I'm so mad.
but it's the same thing. So it's like he did it. He sold it. It's actually like he has a place where they can actually go, like physically and online. But then you actually get a value in it because you can use it in the game, and it's something different. It's not like it's like there it's their own community where that values. It's like imagine if Apex never had those events where they dropped old skins. So if you had season like skins from like season 1 and season 2, like that actually gave you the value of like holy shit, like that guy has like that specific skin from then and you can't go back and buy it now and so forth. So I think that's what adds the value to a lot of these. It's like again like a founder skin. You see somebody with that, it's like oh shit. It's you see somebody with a certain skin, it's like oh shit, you can't just go buy that. There's no other way to get that besides this. But as a founder,
Well,
you also get that value because then if you want, you can turn around and sell that to somebody or so forth. So I think that's, I mean,
and
I
I
think that
think
makes
about there
sense.
being so much more value, like the part of, well, you make a good point. I think you make a really good point, and it's connected to this kind. It's a little bit different, but along the same lines. That part of what they're able to do with this, right, is introducing that like where you can, it's the extraction game, right? It's the PvPvE. So where you're extracting with gear or items that they're technically they are NFTs, which is fine. That's beside the point. The point being that they're unique. So you can go and win a match, and if you go and you win a match and you kill someone, you get to take their gear, right? Not unlike
Hmm.
what is that? Is that Tarkov that you guys play? Right? You get to take their
Hmm.
gear, but the gear is truly one of one. Like it actually only like it's not like dropped in every game or in every lot. It's like it's just one. I think
They
Doc was
made like
saying,
10
imagine.
skins, threw it out,
Right.
and you
Imagine
find
you're in
one,
a
you find
lobby where
one.
what you get in the dead drop. So that's what I was thinking of. Like, what if you have an Apex skin from season one that you had to win in the game, right? That you didn't even, not even from being there, you had to win a round or whatever. Like you had to be catching dubs in season
Like
one
you
to
looted
get this.
a box and found it or something, and then you had to end up like winning the
Right.
game or something. Yeah, yeah.
Right, and then you can trade that, but then again, you could trade that now, right? So like I have a bunch of dope skins I'm just sitting on from way back when. For some of them are from players I don't even play anymore, right? But I can't, and I'm not even saying, not even for, I'm not trying to get rich on my game. I'm not played to earn. This stupid. I just mean it's valuable. Like I can't even. My little girl started playing Fortnite. I can't even like. I want to give her my skins and stuff, stuff like that. Like make it actually one of one,
Hmm.
so I can give you things. Like just put it in my hands, and that part I do think is kind of exciting and is where these need to go. So I think they've done a great job. No lie, I didn't realize this was a Web3 game. Like somebody had to say
Hmm.
that, and I was like, oh, it's on Polygon. Good job
Hmm.
not talking about that. And I was like, don't talk about that. Don't say NFTs to anybody. Like if you're good, just like shh. Let them find out that it's a cool game that's made even better, and the technology happens to be Web3 technology. Uh,
I don't know.
right?
I just laugh thinking of how we were watching that preview for that movie. You remember with like the dads in the group chat? Like,
Yeah.
I just thought of them when you said like gifting your skins. Can you imagine when that shit is incorporated into movies? When like someone's parents pass away, or like someone in the future is like, oh yeah, your grandparent left you their estate, and they're like, well, what'd they leave me? Oh, all their NFTs and their skins and stuff like that. And some kid gets rich off of like skins from like a
all
video
their
game. It's like
all their Robux.
it starts flipping them. I know. Left unlimited Robux credits, and the kid starts balling out online or something. That's
This Logan Paul's grandson's gonna inherit that Charizard card. Like, wow, I got granddad's holographics. Yo, I
oh
mean, I
man,
don't know,
that's funny.
man. We're getting there. We're in a strange time. One other note I saw on this, I guess maybe to close us out. This one was from Forbes, and I think it was from just before the event, which I thought was super interesting. Just the headline. I won't even read it, but read the article. But the headline was, "Doctor disrespects crypto dream game sounds like a nightmare." It's like, look at this hating ass non-game playing. Who is this? To call it a crypto dream grant, like I said, like we're in the circle. Is like it's not no what. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, especially coming from Forbes. Like if y'all don't get up out of here and quit disrespecting the disrespect, like, get out of here. That's the two time. Yeah, we better watch your mouth before you come at him like that. I didn't like it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. This is definitely seems like it's changing the industry though a little bit. I'm interested to see how they really ride this out. I like it though. It looks good, especially with some new
Right?
skins. little more
I said,
atmosphere to it. Oh yeah,
I think I said
dynamic
Shroud
weather.
earlier. I meant Scump. But do you
Yep,
guys see
I did.
Shroud's making a game too? As
Yeah,
because Shroud's making a game too. Did you guys see that news this week?
I think so
Uh,
too.
right. And then I think we saw a while ago that FaZe was making a game. So interesting to see how they're all doing. I trust this one the most. In order, I trust Doc and then Shroud, and then we'll see. FaZe isn't doing anything right these days, except for printing dollars. They seem to be making money for their execs. Did you guys see all that Tico stuff? Is this maybe this is only my world of the FaZe? There was like, like FaZe Rain, who's like one of the founders, was like all on drugs and he
Yeah,
like quit. So now Tico, who's one of their like big like in the house guys, like they're like together, like f you FaZe. They're like on the
is
outside
that
trying
who
to like
he's been
expose
talking
all
all
the
that shit
laundry.
with?
Yeah, that's the blonde kid that does like soccer
Yeah.
tricks. Yeah, he did
Oh, I
like
didn't
his
see that, but I
open
know who
leather
he
to
was.
FaZe clan. So they just got like mad disgruntled niggas that used to be in the house, like Jarvis and them and Frey. Like it's weird. It's weird. All these internet celebs.
Well,
It's
you see the
strange to me.
problem with what
Like
they should have did.
it just imagine being like 22 and being all
Yeah.
burnt out like that. I'm like, oh man, that just looks so sad to me. Again, to be like like 22 or something like that and just be all the way burnt out and over your career and your industry. And like, what do you do now? You can't go get a regular job. I don't know.
No randoms.